All right, Shalom Akim. I was having internet problems. But yeah, how about you, Mount Shai by Shima Karkadar Brakatah? I want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who grew well and teach well. And I want to say Shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom Damawath. Yeah, how about you, Mount Shai Brakatah, brother? So disobedience, all right, that's the topic of this lesson. All right, and I'm gonna get the definition for disobedience or disobedience in the online etymology. All right, it says neglecting or refusing to obey. All right, refractory, not submitting to the rules or regulations prescribed by authority. Okay, and the rules and regulations that the Lord set up for you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, okay, is to follow His commandments. All right. Mm, let me see. Never mind. Let me do this. Yes, no, I still ain't spelled right. Let's see. All right, so we know the Lord gave us law, statutes, and commandments. Okay, I'm trying to find the precept, and then let me share my screen with y'all. All right, so I'm gonna just go to Leviticus 26. This Leviticus chapter 26 and verse 46. These are the statutes and judgments and laws which Yahweh made between him and the children of Israel in Mount Sinai by the hand of Moses. So the Lord gave us law, statutes, and commandments, which He said that we must follow. All right. All right. And one of the things that we disobeyed the Lord doing, let me get the definition for disobedient again. All right. Neglecting or refusing to obey, not refractory, not submitting to the rules or regulations prescribed by authority. It's like it. And the rules and regulations are the law 613 law, statutes, commandments that the Lord gave unto us. And we did not obey them by keeping them. And the most, horrendous or the most abominable thing that we did was idol worship. Okay. And for the point of this lesson, I'm gonna read this. This is Leviticus 26 and 1. Ye shall not make you ye shall make you no idols nor graven image, neither rear you up a standing image, neither shall ye set up any image of stone in your land down unto it, for I am Yahweh your power. Right? This is a law, right, that the Lord commanded us to not do, and we did it all throughout history. All right, we did it in the land of Canaan when the Lord allowed us to take down the Canaanites. All right, we did it in the time of Judges. We did it in the Babylonian Empire. We did it in the Syrian Empire. All right, we did it in the Roman Empire, the Greek Empire, and we're doing it today. All right, but Jake is in the mindset of not repenting out of that, so the Lord is going to destroy them. All right. So let me go to Jeremiah chapter 9. I'm gonna start at verse 1. I don't even know if I showed y'all that. I didn't show y'all the definition for disobedience. Let me see. Keep forgetting I gotta share the. All right, so this is me showing you the definition for disobedience. Like I'm all over the place. Um, so it says right here, reading again, expecting, refusing to obey, refractory, not submitting to the rules or regulations prescribed by authority. All right, so the rules and regulations that Yahweh set up, which is the ultimate authority. All right, then Yahweh shined in the 12. Okay, was the law, statute, commandments. Okay, so this is Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 1. Oh, that my heart, oh, that my head were waters, and my eyes a fountain of tears, that I might weep day and night for the slain of the daughter of my people. All right, Israel is going to be the slain of the Lord's people, because all we do is transgress the Lord's laws all day, every day. And most people don't even try to regard the laws of Yahweh Shema Shai. So the Lord is going to give them a judgment. All right, let me look at this word judgment. Let me share the screen again. All right, it says judgment, act of trying at law, trial, capacity for making the decision. All right, legal judgment, diagnosis. Let me see, penalty imposed by a court. All right, and the penalty for idolatry, all right, or spiritual adultery is death. All right, and look at Israel today, man. We are in a dead state, but through the mercy of the Lord, He's waking up the elect. But continuing on, it says, "Oh, that I had in the wilderness a lodging place of wayfaring men." Slakia, let me switch back to the other screen. All right, well, you can see it. Shalom, going back to Jeremiah 92, it says, "And oh, that I had in the wilderness a lodging place of wayfaring men, that I might leave my people and go from them, for they be all adulterers, and assembly of treacherous men." All right, so we committed adultery, man. All right, we committed spiritual adultery. All right, and I had read earlier what it is, what we should not have done. Okay, when I was reading Leviticus 26:1, and they bend their tongue like the bow for lies, all right, telling lies to our people, all right. And you have Israelites set up in so-called high places in authority and in churches, telling lies to the people, preaching that prosperity doctrine, okay, which profits nobody anything, all right. It says, but they are not valiant for the truth upon the earth. All right. And the only one that's going to be valiant for the truth are the elect, man. Okay. That means they're going to be doing their videos, going to camp, preaching, prophesying, making changes to their life so they can continue to be that shining light on the earth. Okay. That light set upon the hill, like it says in the gospels. Okay. It says, "For they proceed from evil to evil, and they know not me, saith Yahweh." And they don't know the Lord because that first and foremost, they don't know the name of the Lord. Okay, they don't want to know the name of the Lord. They want to call on God and JC. Okay, and the Lord and His Son have very specific names. So going into knowing the Lord is to know His name, and then going into knowing the Lord is to know what He is about. All right, the Lord is not about prosperity, that the stuff that they preach in these churches, man. He's about the prosperity of His nation, but at that expense of prosperity, a lot of people are going to die, and that's what they don't teach in these churches. All right, they mislead the people, and they leave out the good and juicy stuff in the Bible. All right, but continuing on, verse 4 says, take ye heed every one of his neighbors, and trust ye not in any brother, for every brother will utterly supplant, and every neighbor will walk with slanders. Okay, this goes into just the deceitfulness of the nation, which is also disobedient, because if you love your brother, all right, you're not going to tell them any lies, you're not going to try to trick them, plant them, and you're definitely not going to slander them. Okay, let me see, I know it's a law. I've been writing down the law. Let me see. Leviticus 19 and 16. Let me get that. All right. Because so when we break these laws, statutes, commandments, we be disobedient, right? So this is Leviticus 19 and 16. Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer among thy people. Neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor. I am Yahweh. So when you're a talebearer, all right, you be slandering your people, man. All right. Um, Going back to Jeremiah, and these are characteristics of wicked Israelites, man. Okay. This is what you see that wicked Israelites do. All right. And they will deceive everyone his neighbor and will not speak the truth. Slakia. They have taught their tongue to speak lies and weary themselves to commit iniquity. The habitation is in the midst of deceit. All right. The land of Israel. All right. Through deceit, they refuse to know me, saith the Lord. All right. And Jake don't want to know about their power, man. They think money is their power. All right. They think the so-called white man is their power. All right. But the so-called white man is about to come down upon you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, with great wrath. Okay. He's coming upon you with the wrath of Yahweh Shema Shai to destroy you. All right. Not only two-thirds of our people, but the heathen that's going to be destroyed, that's not going to be uh around for the first fruits of captivity. Okay. All right. They're gonna be destroyed too. All right. But going on, it said, therefore, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, behold, I will melt them and try them, for how shall I do for the daughter of my people? Their tongue is as an arrow shot out, it speaketh deceit. One speaketh peaceably to his another to his neighbor with his mouth, but in heart he lieth, and he lieth, but in heart he lieth his weight. Shall I not visit them for these things, saith Yahweh? And it's getting to my point now. Shall not my soul be avenged on such a nation as this? And the Lord's soul is going to be avenged on this nation, man. Look at what, if we read history, if we actually read the scripture, we're understanding the prophets are telling us, all right, what the nation is going to go through before the nation goes through it. All right. And just like we are prophesying in this time, we are telling our people what they're going to go through before they go through it. Jacob's trouble, trials and tribulations, okay, hunger, famine, death. Thirds of our people, most importantly, they're telling us a weeping and wailing, and for the habitation of the wilderness a lamentation, because they are burned up. All right, the other nations, all right, going into historical times during the sieges of Jerusalem, all right, these nations had burned up these nations that came against us. They had, taken us down and torched the lands and took the spoils, killed the men, separated the men that were alive from their families. If they didn't kill them, took their wives. All that was spoiled, so that none can pass through them. Neither can men hear the voice of the cattle. Both the fowl of heavens and the beast are are fled. They are gone. So nothing's left of the land of Israel at the time when the Lord had these nations around about us for our disobedience, for our idol worshiping. All right. It says, I will make Jerusalem heaps and a den of dragons, and I will make the cities of Judah desolate without an inhabitant. Verse 12, it says, who is the wise man that may understand this? The Lord put the spirit on, Apostle Tahar, High Priest Ariah, okay, to teach this word, and the other apostles on it, and brothers that came up under them that's been laboring for decades to understand this. Okay, these precepts, this prophecy, and the Lord has allowed it to trickle down to brothers that's doing the will of the Lord, preaching and prophesying now. All right, and who is he to whom the mouth of Yahweh hath spoken, that he may declare it? For what the land perisheth and is burned up like a wilderness that none pass through. All right. The Lord has given the spirit of understanding of these things to the prophets, man. Okay. And this is the judgment, all right, that the Lord has done. He burned up the land, man. He burned it up by these other nations sacking Jerusalem, okay, tearing down the temple, destroying the people, destroying the land, all right, taking the resources from the land, taking the women and the children, so on and so forth. Okay. It says, and Yahweh saith, because they have forsaken my law which I have set before them, and they have not obeyed my voice, neither walked therein, but have walked after the imagination slacky of their own heart, and after Balaam, which their fathers taught them. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the power of Israel, behold, I will feed them, even this people, wormwood, and give them water of gold to drink. So you're going to drink dirty water, man. All right, look at what we doing now. What kind of water that be coming out the faucets that most people, cook with and drink with. All right, dirty, polluted, poison water. All right, but this is part of the judgments that the Lord has set forth for the wickedness of our people. All right, and this is very important. So it says, I will scatter them among the heathen, whom neither they nor their fathers have known, and I will send a sword after them till I have consumed them. All right, and the Lord is consuming his people now, man. All right, the Lord has sent us to the four corners of the globe, and those that are supposed to be destroyed for their disobedience and their wickedness, they're going to be destroyed, man. All right, and this time, Esau Edom was going to light their ass up, man. All right, there was a clip that I seen on social media uh, that Esau Edom, all right, Joe Slow Biden, all right, was on there talking about how he's gonna have special forces come through and take the American people's guns. And then I saw something about in regards to Virginia, the red flag law, where they've taken people's guns in regards to they are being labeled as high risk, and they can take their guns for up to 180 days, and then they don't have. Then the government also has a unlimited you know trying to get the right word. It's an unlimited. They can return their guns at the end of that 180-day period, but they don't have to because they put a stipend in there or a law in there saying that the time limit can be unlimited. All right. Let me see if I can find an article. I saw it in the news break earlier this week. Well, earlier today. I might do a video in regard to that's a law, uh, within 100 miles of the border. You, you, they're gonna, well, famous spokesman that 151 were under final orders for at least 180-day period with complete unlimited extension. So they can extend the time period that they take away these people's guns, man. Okay. And the brother Debar Gabash, Shalom again, he got Ecclesiastes 30, 39, and 28. These be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in my fury, which in their fury lays on in the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease Salakia and appease the wrath of him that sent them. So the spirit that these people are in, okay, whether it be Edomite or okay, all right, the Lord and send for judgment, okay, all right. If that person gets put to death, the Lord sends them to send forth judgment, man, all right. Also, the Lord's gonna. There was a little clip on the news where this well, on social media I said the new Salakia, but there was a lady that got stomped out by an elephant, and then the elephant returned to her funeral and stomped her out again. You know, it's just the Lord sending these spirits that be created for vengeance, man. Okay, and there's no escaping it, man. All right, there's no escaping the judgment of the Lord. Let me get this. This is Job 4:7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perish being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? Even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. All right. Those that plow wickedness, all right, will plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same, man. All right. And we receiving judgment from the things that we've done in our past lives, man. Okay. And the Lord's gonna judge people for the things that they do in this life, man. Okay. There's no escaping the hand of the Lord. Let me see. Let me get Jeremiah 11, and then I'm gonna close out. But you can't escape the judgment of the Lord, man. We all gonna receive it, but the best thing that you can do is repent. All right, repent, repent, repent. This is Jeremiah chapter 11, and I'm gonna start at 6. Then I'm gonna go to 12. Then Yahweh said unto me, proclaim all these words in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem, saying, hear ye the words of this covenant and do them. All right. So back in the day, keeping the law the law is always in effect. Keeping the law is still in effect. Okay. All right. But it was more so in this time because Judah and Israel had sovereignty in the land of Israel. Okay. That means they could have put somebody to death for idolatry. They could put a woman to death for adultery, or put a man to death for adultery or homosexuality. They could do that. They have free reign in their land, okay, to keep the commandments holy. All right. And this time we don't have free reign in the land to commandments holy, so we keep what we can to appease the wrath of the Lord. Most importantly, we have faith in the time, okay? So when we out there telling people to keep the commandments, you keep the commandments that you can keep. Okay, that's within the regulatory guidelines of not crossing the laws and crossing the laws east get you to jail. But the whole point of us being out there telling the people to hear the words of Yahweh and do them. All right, doing is an action. All right. She's doing something, right? But listen, keep. I earnestly protested unto your fathers in that day. I brought them up out of the land of Egypt, even unto this day. Protesting, saying, "Obey my voice." Okay. When I had read the definition for for let me see, for disobedience, okay, it said in or okay, kicked out of the land and all right, there. Okay. And Judah kept going from captivity to captivity, from Babylon Empire to the Medo-Persian Empire to the Greek and Roman Empire, and we all in Babylon being pressed together today. I do and Ephraim, okay. But it says here that obey not, so that means being disobedient. And it says, nor incline their ear, but walk everyone in them that you are, for I will bring them over this covenant which I commanded them to do, but they did them not. And what is the thing that the Lord had brought upon us? Let's go to Deuteronomy 20 chapter and go read a few. The Lord keeps his word, man. All right. Jake don't know nothing about keeping his word, but the Lord Yahweh outside does. Give me a second to load up. Internet slow. All right. So let me go. Just gonna read a few of them. All right. This is Deuteronomy 28:22. How shall smite thee with a consumption and with a fever and with inflammation and with extreme burning and with the sword and with the blasting and with mildew, it shall proceed until thou perish. So I'm gonna go into this consumption and like read it because I'm not sure, what it pertains to. And the word is let me see, the Shah, and then I think that's Ha. Yep, that's Ha. Shakapat. Shakapat. All right. And it said, there you go, wasting disease, okay? Disease of the lungs, okay? So diseases, all right? So the Lord got diseases out here for us, all right? You got all kinds of shit, HIV. I can't even think of the goddamn diseases, man. There's so many. The people's dietary things cause them to have certain issues, all right, and cause people to get sick, and they bring their immune system down, all right. Let me see what else. Inflammation, all right, that goes into being having, I think it's like excess fluid around them or something like that. But all these things are part of the curses that the Lord brought upon us because we didn't keep his commandments, man. All right, commanded us. All right, let me get this one. This Deuteronomy 28. How shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. All right, this goes into being, drunk off the Babylonian juice. All right, taking the wine. The philosophies and the doctrines of Babylon or these other nations, especially Esau, Edom, and making it part of you. Following after their traditions. Okay, believing the rhetoric that they push on you. All right, it's calling you a black man, and if you look up the definition for black, it goes into all type of derogatory words, and you believe that. Okay, that's who you are. So you act in a derogatory manner towards your people because guess what? It's going towards a curse. Let's see. I know there's a curse in here in regards to that. So let me see. Let me see where to go. All right, here we go. This is Deuteronomy 28:54. Going into what I was speaking about, so that a man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother and toward the bosom of his wife and the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. All right. So the rhetoric Esau even pushes on you causes you to do these things. All right. And it's all stemmed from our wickedness that the Lord has, that we have done towards the Lord, and the Lord hated. All right. There's another one. It says, thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not do it, for they shall go into captivity. All right, think about the slave time where Jake was split up from his family. All right, sons and daughters went here and there, wives and husbands went here and there. Okay, separated. All right, and then just look at the school system today, and where you got to send your kids there for 8 hours a day, and you here for 8 hours a day working, slaving away. All right, you're not enjoying them. You're not enjoying your family. Okay, all these things are brought upon us for disobedience unto the Lord, man. All right, let me see if I can get one more. Mm. All right, this is Deuteronomy 28 and 50. A fierce nation of a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not the person of old, nor shall show favor to the young. And this is talking about these Edomites, man. All right, they don't show favor to you, Jake, whether you be old or young. All right, and he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land, and so thou be destroyed. Also shall not leave thee neither corn nor wine, wine or oil, or the increase of thy kind, or flocks of thy sheep, until he have destroyed thee. All right, so this is what happens for disobedience, man. This is what happens for disobedience. Let me see. Did I finish reading here? Oh, okay, so this is Jeremiah 11 and 11. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh, behold, I will bring evil upon them, which they shall not be able to escape. And though they shall cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them. And it's a cold thing for the Lord to not hear you, man. But again, the Lord doesn't hear sinners, man. So the people that constantly, go get with the Lord ain't hearing that, man. The Lord is not hearing what it is that you gotta say, because you're not hearing what the Lord has to say. So like we said, then shall the cities of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem go and cry unto the gods whom they have off whom they offer incense, but they shall not save them at all in the time of trouble. So they go to these churches calling on JC. All right, that dude ain't man. That ain't nobody, man. All right, that dude is an idol, and the main thing that Jake love to do, all right, is commit idolatry, and it's clearly in the scriptures us to not do so. I read in Leviticus 26 earlier through the Spirit, and I'm going to read it here. All right, this is Exodus 21. And Yahweh spake all these words, saying, he spoke these with Moses, and Moses wrote them down. Okay. I am Yahweh thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. All right, bam, clear as day. So when Jake is off in these churches crying on to JC and Buddha and Allah and whatever else they gonna be crying to these people, these idols, I said people, Salakia, they're not gonna be hurt, man, because they can't save you from the hand of Yahweh Shem Shine. Okay, but Lord Williams edifying and Salakia for the internet connection at the beginning, and Salakia for the delays. The water for being here, Akim, Yahabashim al Shai Barakatham. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahabashim al Shai Bashim Harakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who we're going to teach well. And I want to say shalom to the whole full elect, Kwame Sharala, Kwame Sharala, Mawafa Ball, shalom, the water brother, Yahweh Desire. See you soon, brother. If not, see you in the kingdom. Shalom, brother, shalom.